Mr. Speaker, I rise today in response to the remarks that were made yesterday by my friend the delegate from Fairfax regarding the rapid increase in oil prices. Now, while I really doubt that this was the delegate's intent, what I heard yesterday was hubris, plain and simple. Now, since those remarks were made yesterday, President Biden did the right thing by banning Russian oil imports. No American money should pay for Putin's war against Ukraine. Full stop. But the president erred and continues to err by not getting out of the way of North American energy independence. Reinstating the permit for the Keystone XL pipeline would send a clear message to the market that more supply is coming. It would send a strong message to our neighbors to the north that we would prefer to do business with them rather than countries that hate us, like Iran and Venezuela. Dropping the Interior Department's misguided social costs of carbon addition to oil and gas leases on public lands would tell drillers that the federal government is no longer seeking to put them out of business. It would tell Americans that their government is no longer seeking to make their way of life unaffordable. And that's why I say that what I heard from the other side of the aisle was pure hubris. My friend said that we can never drill our way to energy independence. But just 2 short years ago, we did just that. Prices were lower, and we had no need to import oil from any other country outside of North America. And then, well before Putin launched his war against the Ukraine, prices started to rise. More than $1 from President Biden's first anti-energy executive orders until the saber rattling from Moscow began. And my friend's solution was build more windmills and install more solar panels. Now, Mr. Speaker, I am neither a mechanic nor an electrician, but I fail to see how more windmills and solar panels will fuel an internal combustion engine. Now, don't get me wrong, diversifying our energy portfolio over the long term is the right approach. But how will it make the price of gasoline for work trucks lower in the near or mid-term? Or how will they improve the cost of diesel fuel to power trucks that bring virtually everything you can buy in the Tyson's Galleria to the sales floor? Mr. Speaker, I have to ask, does the other side of the aisle not understand how arrogant that sounds? How smug? How out of touch with the realities of working Virginians? Build more wind and solar. Isn't that far from let them eat cake? Now, my seatmate, the delegate from Fauquier, prodded the other side of the aisle a few days ago. His remarks were sometimes humorous, but it's not funny anymore. As he said, just because you can afford to buy an electric car doesn't mean that everyone can. And where would a majority of Virginians charge their cars while away from their homes? I'd encourage the other side of the aisle to take a trip to Southside or Southwest Virginia. You and your neighbors may be able to afford a plug-in hybrid or a full electric car, but the vast, vast majority of Virginians can't. Now, out my way, beyond I-495, people need gas to get to work every day. They need fuels for trucks and for tractors. They need affordable gas to get their kids back and forth to school, since our school bus services have been hobbled around Virginia. Now, Mr. Speaker, it must be nice to be able to buy a $40,000 plus electric car and to live within a short distance of a charging station, or to be able to take a train anywhere you want to go. But, Mr. Speaker, I can't think of a better way to tell Virginians that we don't care about their hardships, their struggles, and their real difficulties that they face every day than to tell them that wind and solar are what we need to make their energy needs more affordable. It's condescending, it's arrogant, and it's wrong. People are upset, Mr. Speaker, and rightly so, but more wind and solar and buy an electric car, at least your conscience is clear. That makes them angry, Mr. Speaker, and I don't blame them one bit. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.